there, man? How you holding up?
I'm alright, because now I'm kind of doing what Shaq did for me for all the other guys. So instead of always trying to talk to Shaq, asking him what to do, I'm kind of taking on a role of everyone else trying to ask me. And so that's kind of making me not think about Shaq anymore, which is kind of hard. But
is anyone getting like attached to you like you did to him?
You know, Alex Van Dyke is. Me and Alex are coming really close, and sit next to him in meetings. I make sure he's sitting next to me, get on his plays, and just make sure he gets everything right. But it's kind of all the freshmen are starting to gravitate towards just not only me, but all the upperclassmen, which is good, which is really good. Showing a lot of leadership on our team.
How did the conversation between you and Coach Sharps go when he was telling you, you know, Shaq's gone and you're kind of the guy now?
It was kind of crazy because I remember always trying to compete with Jordan, you know? So for him to say that to me, I took on the responsibility, and I look forward to it every day. And even when I have rough days, like today was a rough day, I didn't get that many balls, and when I did, Justin Combs made a great play. And you know, I have to take a step back and remember, like, I'm a guy that other people are looking to, so I can't even think about that play. I just got to go on to the next one.
What was it like moving into that role as opposed to being the guy that people were like looking to before?
Stepping into the role, can you repeat that question? I'm not.
Just as you know, you used to be like looking at Shaq.
Right.
Now guys are looking at you. What's it been like?
Yeah, what's it been like? It's a switch. Yeah. It's a switch knowing that all the eyes are on you. You try not to act out, try not to be hyped up all the time. You know, you just try to be a little bit more mellow and cool, and make sure that everyone knows what they're doing. Because I don't know if you guys saw today, Coach Mazzoni, because Kenny was working on the other side, and we have a great defense, you know, and Fabian is locking up, you know, so, and he got on people that was on Fabian's side getting locked up. So I just took on the role like I'm gonna just go on Fabian's side from now on, you know. So it's stuff like that that makes a difference between this year and last year. I know that Shaq would have done that last year.
When you look back on, say, the spring when you were talking about, you know, competing with Jordan and trying to take a spot, do you just kind of have to laugh? It seems like you're a different guy.
Yeah. I'm not a different guy.
You're holding it in.
I'm still ultra competitive, and trust me, if it was the same thing going on right now, I would have taken a different approach at going about it, but I still would have had that fire. Let's get that straight, right? So, yeah, so I kind of do laugh about it because I look at that video I did back in the spring, and I'm like, you kind of doing too much, but yeah.
Is there anybody in the secondary you can particularly like to go against, compete against?
Fabian, Moreau. I mean, did y'all see our defense? We got Odighi Zua, Kenny Clark, Ellis McCarthy, Eddie Vanderdoes, Miles Jack. Then you got Fabian. Then you got Ish. Then you got RG. We have a great defense. I think we have and I'm not just saying this. I think we have the #1 defense in the country. So I'm excited to see how we go against other teams. That's my main focus right now. So if I can go against Fabian every time, I think Fabian's one of the best corners in the country. And I think I could be one of the best receivers going in the country, potentially. So if I get to go against him every time, that's a blessing. That's a blessing.
What's it like going against him? What is it that he does that makes him that good?
I'm not about to tell you his secrets, but Fabian's really fast. He's patient, and I have a book for all of them. I write all their strengths down, all of that, everything. And Fabian is he's smart, and his makeup speed is stupid. You can think you beat him on a route, and he's right there like, what's good? Now I got to try to moss him, you know? So it's just different things like that with Fabian. And you're not going to moss Fabian all the time. It's a 50-50 ball. That's just how it is.
As opposed to the other guys.
As opposed to other guys,
right?
exactly. Exactly.
You've also gone up against Priest a couple of times. What have you seen out of him as opposed to last year?
Priest is getting a lot better. He's a lot more confident than he was last year, and it's evident every time he steps on the field. And another thing with Priest, he has such long arms, so his jam is ridiculous. He can jam you, and he's right here, you know, and I'm making all kinds of movements. Yeah, he's gotten a lot better since last year, and I think a lot of it has to do with his confidence.
You ever find yourself having what would Shaq do moments when you have the kids asking you questions?
All the time. When Alex comes up to me and asks a question like just now, he came up to me and said, well, we have a competition, me, Eldridge, and me, Eldridge, and Alex, and we try to catch jugs as much as we can, and whoever drops the first one, you're done. So Alex came up to me and said, my thumb is hurt and I don't know if I can do this. I have to take a step back and say, Shaq would be like, get your butt and do this, I don't care. But then I had to take a step back and say, what would Devin say? What would I say instead of Shaq? And I tried to see how he was catching. You could tell he was bobbling the ball. So his thumb was actually hurting. I actually have to tell him to step.
Who's won the first couple of days?
I'm sorry?
Who's won the first couple of days with that competition?
With Alex and
the jugs.
Oh, I've actually won both days. But you know, they're all like Eldridge. His thing when he first got here was he tried to jump every time he caught the ball, so I'd have to take him back. Eldridge, stop jumping. You're already so tall. When you jump, you're jumping away from the ball, and he dropped balls like that. Kenny Joe Valentine, when he's running a route, he's so fast. You guys remember he was a hurler in high school, ridiculous. So he's running like this. You got Ishmael Adams, who's 4'11". I'm sorry, and he can just get right under him and hem him up. So it's just, I could tell you everything with every younger guy that they need to work on off the bat. So with everybody, there's just something different what everyone needs to work on. I still have things I need to work on, but we're going to continue and get better as a group.
Does Yarbs consult with you on all this information you've got?
No. I know he really doesn't, but I can tell you I've learned so much from Yarbs. I hear myself talking like him all the time. I'm like, Devin, you sound just like him. Shut up. Shut up. I know I get on everyone's nerves sometimes. I know I do. So, but it's a process, and we're gonna have a great team this year. It's stupid. Our team, the talent's ridiculous. I'm not about to boast in front of all these people, but them Bruins is nice. It's really bad. And it starts with our defense. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. Good?
Cool. Thanks,